be the house cat of Taco Bell. Taco Nyan? Nyako Bell? Nyako Bell just sounds dumb. Sounds like a K's in there or something. There was right there.
Good. Bridge is up.
Twitch is still over on Seahorses Read 3. Plasma fire. Did you get read? Fine. I go a long way. And then I go kick in butt. That leaves a butt infection. Some modicum of butchular bruising. That was a very strange peanut butter commercial.
Remy is kind of in my way. Like her butt is right about where the mic goes.
Remy, why is your butt always our primary problem?
I'll have to wait for her to finish eating.
You keep making your butt a problem. I can move the food.
Oh, Teddy's on camera.
The game crashes.
You don't say.
I think they do. I think that indeed is something they do say. I believe that they remark on the frequency at which the game ceases running properly.
There we go. Now Remy is no longer occupying the microphone space. Uh-oh. No. Well, that's fine. My cord doesn't need to pull that far. Oh, controller. Also this. And also this.
And immediately,
I know that's just a random tune, but for a moment it was sounding kind of like Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, it's not entirely random. It's based on the new Mario Party.
Oh, okay. I think I need to tighten the drawstring on these pajama pants, but the knot they're tied in is rather tightly tied, and I can't undo it to redo it.
Sounds like you need a Maniac McGee.
I don't know who or what that is.
A kid who famously once untied a really difficult knot.
I see.
I'm not sure it was Gordian in nature, but it was imposing. It was one of those Scholastic Book Fair books.
Ah. Hmm.
The Bonefire of the Vanities. You mean bonfire? No.
Okay, let's see here. It would help if I turned on the keyboard.
Let's see, where that rope that. Not yet.
Nope.
As yes, safe place. It is not yet transpired.
Come on, APR.
Transpiration is weird. I suppose it's synonym for like taking place and also like basically tree breathing. Just hucking oxygen and water vapor at them, stomata. Here, ribbit. Waiting for all our maps to turn up. yo, where the robot at? Beep it. Beep if you're the robot.
Beep boop.
I meant to sleep in today and I kind of did, but I forgot to turn my alarm off, so I did get interrupted at 11.
Oops.
That was sneaky. Kind of rolled out of bed. Shut up, phone. Went back to bed. And here we don't phone. No.
I beg your pardon?
No.
Yeah, I should close extraneous stuff.
Yeah, robot. Almost robot.
There's robot. All right. So,
At last, a robot.
good evening, Internet. It is 8:15 p.m. on Saturday, January 4th, 2025. Welcome to Stone of Graves. I'm your host, Mark Amsry, DJ Amstrack. That's Daniel. And tonight, we're going to be continuing Control. We are in the Alan Wake DLC. We're chasing Dr. Hartman further and further back into the investigations sector.
And it's like, get back here!
Let's
You weird, creepy man!
let's get back to it. And hope it doesn't crash on us.
That was something I did.
That's like plywood, though.
That's still wood.
Yeah, but the stuff that you knocked on before was like actual wood.
Really? Not hollow.
Well, yeah, but that's good. It's planks of wood. It's not like solid wood straight through that whole thing. It's still wood.
So it's not solid beam mantle.
No.
theoretically be filled with something?
Theoretically.
Like
Doubtfully, but...
argon? Or pudding? Those are very disparate substances, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Argon or pudding. Argon pudding. It's inertly delicious. Third thing, not to be confused with third place. One more thing. Kitty ear janitor. Is that the answer to the bunny ear clear?
Director, ma'am, great timing. Hartman just came through here. God, he was hideous. He tore the security door into the Break Falls AWE site wide open. He was so ugly, like, wow. I got a good look at him, and Christ, he does not look like he used to. The hiss must have messed him up or something. He looks like a bar rag that's been twisted by the world's strongest man. Or a monster from some 80s horror movie. You know, back when it was all practical effects? Ugh, nasty.
Real
Did you say
professional,
something?
Winston.
Remember, I can't hear you. Never mind, just go after Hartman. Ah, so disgusting.
Thanks to your door.
I've written, rewritten. The darkness wants to hide the past to make me lose my way. I trust what I read on these pages. I wrote them for a reason. Cut through the reality, tear it apart, and rewrite it. They are drawn to the mystery. I've written and rewritten. Deconstructed, reconstructed. Experimented with different voices. Changed the style, changed myself. Forgotten the language, relearned the language. Have I been here before? Gone down this path before? The darkness wants to hide the past to make me lose my way. You must know where you've been to know where you're going. I trust what I read on these pages. I wrote them for a reason. My notes to myself. The only way to make progress, recap, then write more. The style then. Lose the fat. Make it clear. Ugly. Functional. Present. Be blunt. Only the brutal truth. Cut through the reality, tear it apart, rewrite it. Be clever, make them do the work. Form the image in their minds. They make it, you just imply. Incept. They're drawn to the mystery, obsessed. You set it up, they put it together. Their interpretation, and there's only one because you give them no choice. And they believe in it. Because it's theirs now.
Doc. Let's go take care of it.
Oh, goo.
Wrong button. Oh, that nearly killed me. Can't see shit, Captain. Gotcha.
Low, sucker.
It's so dark.
You have something equipped that gave you a temporary bonus after you shot him in the face.
I'm gonna wait for him to expire. Maybe he'll drop something nice.
And I've forgotten the game's design language, so I don't quite know what that bonus is.
He did drop something. Straight up damage boost. But not a high level one. Didn't look like it.
Booster damage boost on those.
Yes.
Thank you for meeting with us again, Dr. Hartman.
It's my pleasure, gentlemen. I hope the information I provided thus far has been of some small use.
It's been invaluable, Doctor. Really, we have a much clearer picture of this event, thanks to your accounts.
Well, I do consider myself a keen observer of...
We did have one question, though. You mentioned in an earlier conversation that your patients displayed, and I'm paraphrasing here, unnatural abilities that you in fact encouraged during their time in your lodge. It'd be very helpful if you could fill us in on the details there.
Of course. Like yourselves, I work to understand and even bend the rules of our earthly paradigm. My patient's well-being was paramount, of course, but I would hardly be a man of science if I did not reach out at the underlying truth. As I stated in my written proposal, I believe working alongside your organization could be greatly beneficial to both parties. Sharing notes, as they say.
Thank you, Doctor. That's all we need to hear. Remy?
Dr. Emil Hartman, you have been found in breach of codes 4, 8, and 74 of the Federal Bureau of Control Criminal Offense System.
What? You can't do this? I am a well-connected man. You're making a dire mistake, my friend.
You will be detained until further notice, and all personal property will be confiscated, including the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
That's preposterous. You can't just seize my property. I'm a United States citizen. I have rights. That lodge is my life's work. I'm offering you years of research.
Get him out of here.
You're making a mistake. You have to listen to me. You have to listen.
I've forgotten again. plan. I know it. I've forgotten. He's coming. I've got to get out of here. Dive deep.
Whatever is going on with Wake, he clearly needs some help.
James needs a psychologist. Or just a therapist. Silly group shouldn't have posted up next to a lamp. That's no place to be. For disturbing unctuous shadow goo. That's one of my clean sheets. Yeah, it's Heisenberg's uncertainty projector. Sometimes it isn't there.
Huh. It doesn't project across the hall.
Ocean View Hotel's a weird place. New object has weird.
It's the key.
Going mad. Wake had to escape, right? His escape. Wake needed a hero. A hero needed a crisis. For the part in the story about the government agency, Wake needed something special. Something to convey an alien force mimicking human intelligence. The story needed many beginnings, many springs, streams that turned into a river, a flood, and then an ocean. This was one. Wake used the materials he had, the connections he had, the people, the places. Wake put them in to make it true. His wife, the psychiatrist, his city. These connections, like magnets, move things. Alice was a conduit. She'd been in the dark place. The thing that had been Hartman sensed her near, sensed Wake through her. Went berserk, broke loose. Wake made sure Alice was already gone by then. Safe. The more springs, the more the story became real. The more people believed. Cause and effect. It was extremely delicate and hard work. It had to go through the path of least resistance where success was most likely, where there was a connection already. Wake felt the pressure grow in his head, going mad. Wake had to escape. Right. His escape. He was already out. He wanted to make it true. Wake needed a hero. A hero needed a crisis. For the part in the story about the government agency, Wake needed something special, something to convey an alien force mimicking human intelligence. Something that can't be translated. Translated. Wake channeled Burroughs and Bowie. He cut up sentences and words. Orange peel. You are home. Insane. He put them in a shoebox. He pulled out the words. Wake created a Dadaist poem. He'd try anything once. Or had he tried this before?
Alright.
Is that implying that Wake created the
Hiss?
the hiss?
Ooh, I hope not. So can you check your weapon bunch book?
Mm-hmm.
That's the symbol. That gold 5. What is that? Weapon damage after kills. Okay, that's what that is. Spam.
Subject, Alice Wake. Background. After heading out to the Bureau, Alice Wake was brought into the oldest house for an interview on Redacted 2017. See file Redacted for the full transcript.
Reaching out to the Bureau.
What?
After reaching out to the Bureau.
Oh, after reaching out to the Bureau.
She probably wouldn't know where it was.
Yeah. The interview conducted by Agents Shaw and Dempsey revealed that Mrs. Wake had recurring nightly visitations from her missing ex-husband in her New York apartment. Address redacted. Mr. Wake appears out of nowhere and rushes at her down the corridor. According to her impression, that he appears crazy and horrifying, clearly coming at her with violent intent. Mrs. Wake believes that he is haunting her, insisting he is not Alan, but a effing monster in his body. Mrs. Wake has not been sleeping out of the fear of these visits. Her attempts to keep the lights on through the night result in the relevant hallway's light bulb breaking every night, possibly indicating involvement of the redacted. Further investigation required. We propose installing monitoring equipment in the apartment. Copies of Supply Request Form L5014 have been sent to Mr. Kirkland and administration for approval.
Another replica. Like the one they made for Ordinary. I wonder what happened here.
This is the director. I need backup at my location.
Make way for the director!
Stretched.
Let's see now. There's a thing there. I need to survey the area.
Dr. Emil Hartman was desperate.
An unconfirmed threshold manifestation occurred at Cauldron Lake, Washington. The citizens of Bright Falls had gathered in the town's southwestern fields for the annual festival known as Deer Fest. Eyewitnesses all claim that the day had been sunny, confirmed by reviews of the area's weather reports. But then, with no warning, a thunderstorm appeared in the direction of the Anderson farm, and a tornado rose from Cauldron Lake. The torrential rain that followed caused a flash flood. It was as if the day had turned to night, testimony from Redacted. Frank Breaker, the sheriff of Bright Falls, formerly a bureau agent, see employee file redacted, managed to guide the crowd to safety as the festival grounds were destroyed by the flood. The festival was canceled, ending one day early. Lack of official bureau presence on the scene makes this event difficult to report as a confirmed AWE, though the similarity to other known events in the Bright Falls area lend credence to the accounts of the townspeople. Okay, where's another? Oh, so it is.
These are the notes of Dr. Emil. Despite my generous offers, the conversations came to naught. Some people simply do not value collaboration as I do. So I believe now that it was for the best.
That's what I'm listening to.
The bold, pioneering work that I am undertaking cannot thrive under the shackles of bureaucracy and regulation. I have a history of seeking such partnerships. There was a time when I had hoped Alan Wake and I could collaborate. Together we could have produced art such that the world has never seen. Wake was stubborn, egotistic. Writers usually. From this, I have concluded that the lake and the dark lakes within it are not as removed from this world as I previously thought. Given my acute awareness of what awaits within, my meticulous preparations, and my considerable education, I believe myself much more than the top or wing. I should be able to cross into that chance to return as all in the God himself. I admit, but such is the burden.
Here's another power core.
His eyeballs.
That's not what I was trying to do. Shoot you in the butt. Monster. Yeah. I don't know.
Where's the...
Monster.
Bring it down!
No.
Langston was right. You are pretty rough on the eyes, Dr. Hartman.
Ow. That did hurt. Ow.
Okay, what he's doing.
Ow. That is bad. And I'm dead.
Oops. Do you want to spell for again?
Do I want to spray?
Send a ranger to my location.
Yes,
We're in this
and the
together!
thing you're going by was that. Yeah. He hasn't got health bar yet.
Yeah.
I love to cheese it that hard.
No.
Oh, game, no. Oh, what a stupid time to crash.
Mm-hmm.
That is a blood festival.
A butt festival.
Festival of butts. Restarting.
Director Faden here. Send backup to my location.
Ow.
Darkness!
Oh, lovely.
Causing trouble and summoning his.
Keep flaky. Looked like you fired an anchor at me. Oh, jeez. There are things over there I'm going to have to check out.
Really? How's he, shotgun man? How dare?
How dare.
Yeah, it's a boom. Oh yeah, did you hear about the Tour de
This is the
France
director.
software?
I need backup at my location.
Make way for the director.
So there are guys whose job around is to go down the route and finish paintings of butterflies and owls.
Wait, what?
They make butterfly and owl paintings as the job.
Yeah.
The part of the painting was already there when they saw it. Because they're taking significantly more room for 3D and making it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what the owls must be to begin with, but I did a little bit. Stop teleporting!
No. There's some help. Stop doing that.
Doesn't make sense to annoying. So apparently the trick is you have to prevent him from pulling that move a second time. He says, "Be devoured by hungry darkness." You have to stagger him by hitting him with, quote, a heavy attack, like multi-launch or Surge's grenades.
Okay, well then let's switch from spin to surge, I guess. Or actually, I guess multi-launch will be good enough.
Yeah, you have multi-launch, just grab 3 things.
Yeah. Need an untapped potential.
Director Faden here. Dispatch a ranger to this location.
Make way for the director!
Thanks, game. Pay attention to your health bar. You don't say.
Director Faden here. Send backup to my location.
It's an honor, Director. Find an opening.
Doing the blinky red thing before I said I was about to do something gross.
Oh, that's... Oh.
Oh, kind of surprisingly energy thirsty.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Director Faden here. I need a ranger dispatched to my position.
activate his teleportation.
Director Faden here. I need a ranger dispatched to my position.
Oh, for reference, you only need to do the stun thing when he's about to do this Smash Fist or anything.
Right, but it takes a while to build that up, so... Like, it's not really... Already? It's not really something I can do reactively.
Get around them! Come on!
No!
Oh. Any attack can stagger him out of the animation. It's just a matter of hitting him hard enough, quickly enough. Pierce will do it pretty much instantly, but it's better when you have the custodial readiness mod.
Which I think I do.
I think you have, but I don't know if it's equipped. drops weapon charge time by 100%, allowing you to fire instantly.
Yep, I've been using that.
Director Faden here. Dispatch a ranger to this location.
Hiss are in for it now. Fire!
Well, that sucked.
Oh, that is our...
I need a ranger sent to this location, stat.
Hiss are in for it now. Push them back!
I don't know that move is health.
Mm-hmm. Face to do.
Really does appear to come from his butt. Ow!
Weapons free!
did.
Hartman won't be a problem anymore, Langston. But investigations need someone to run it. Interested?
I've seen what happens to sector heads, ma'am. No, thank you. Ma'am, I'm getting something on my terminal here, an AWE alert from Bright Falls, Washington. But it might be a glitch. The date's all wrong, a couple of years in the future. And we're in lockdown, there shouldn't be any incoming signals.
Maybe it was active before we went into lockdown? Are there agents on site?
Let me check. Agent Estevez is the field agent in charge of monitoring the site, so she should be there to let us know if the situation has been through any major changes recently.
Things set in motion. If the alarm's true, then so is the reason for the alarm. The effect must follow the cause. It's happening again. A return. You have been warned.
You really went.
Cool.
There's stuff to check out here.
Yes, there is.
And hopefully Hartman draws some health.
I don't think he did.
Oh, there's some.
There's a little bit. Okay, we listened to that already.
Case file summary on the main platform control panel.
This must be where they studied Hartman. Kinda looks like Dylan's cell. I wonder if they treated him as badly.
Bright Falls, AWE 10. On the day of the flooding, the rock band Old Gods of Asgard was rehearsing in a field outside the Anderson farm, the homestead of band members Odin and Tor Anderson. Both admitted to being in a heavy state of inebriation at the time, having spent days drinking their home-brewed moonshine while celebrating Deerfest. After the townspeople were evacuated from the flooded field, Sheriff Breaker was asked by Freya Anderson, daughter of Tor Anderson, to check on her father and uncle. Breaker drove to the Anderson farm and found the band members alive, but in need of medical aid. Tor Anderson had been struck by lightning, and Odin Anderson had cut his own right eye, a possible reference to Norse deities redacted and redacted. They claimed they had fought and valiantly defeated a dark army of the Scratching Hag rising from Cauldron Lake, see AWE Redacted of 1970, related to the suspected Redacted at Diver's Isle.
Why are they redacting Thor and Odin? It's their actual names.
While impossible to verify, these events are relevant to the recurring AWE at Bright Falls and the Cauldron Lake Redacted. Odin and Tor Anderson have been listed as persons of interest.
Also, that fight was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What?
What? Why?
Why?
fire!
Anyway. Admission of evidence. Description: a photograph of Alan Wake captured by Alice Wake during an event in her home. Background: Alice Wake, former wife of Alan Wake, see AWE 35 for details, has recently been visited at night by her ex-husband, or entity resembling him, see file redacted for more. Being a professional photographer, Mrs. Wake positioned cameras with motion sensors around the corridor he appears in and managed to capture an image of Mr. Wake on film. During an interview with Mrs. Wake, she mentioned that her favorite camera, a redacted model, was lost in 2010 during AWE 35. No match has been found among the confiscated evidence from AWE 35. It has been filed as a potential altered item, and research staff stationed at Bright Falls are being contacted to check if they have any knowledge of such an item.
Alice's camera might be important in the new Alan Wake game.
Photograph of Alan Wake provided by Alice Wake, taken on redacted 2017.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Scratch having a bad day and not Alan.
Uh-huh.
that doesn't look like him.
No. The scientist turns from what used to be his director, now transformed into a stranger, an alien that only resembles the director in form. He drops his all-important clipboard as he stumbles toward the closing portal, but the horrible entity is already rushing through it in a flow of insanity and chaos. The scientist becomes caught in it, and the entity devours him, screaming as it enters our world. The director lifts his pistol to his head. His hand is steady, sure in its finality. Or so I thought. Camera fades to black. A gunshot is heard. Narrator voiceover. And so our hunger for control, our obsession for domination and power, the hubris at play in this children's puppet show we're starring in can only lead to our fall from control, to submit to those who really hold the strings and control us in Night Springs.
Yeah, that makes it sound all the more like Wake might have been responsible for this.
Uh-huh.
Dude, what the heck? Did you get the 1976 summary?
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure I did.
It should be a case file, Bright Falls 1976 summary, Bright Falls 1976 supplement. And research and records, Wake photographic evidence, screenplay page 4, Alice Wake interview. Whee!
Yeah, Bright Falls 976 summary. Supplement, Bright Falls supplement. I got those things.
AWE 10. They haven't experienced many of those yet.
Mm-hmm.
Mini town.
Okay, well, then, missions. That just leaves Mr. Tomasi, no thanks. That thing, which is too glitchy to do. And just the little...
And messing around in the...
Yeah, just the little repeatables.
Yep.
So, I think we're done here.
Yeah, I assume putting a record on is how you get some of the other outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Because we did not unlock very many of them.
Nope.
Old 45s.
Where are the files on parasitic entities I asked for?
I found a couple of relevant files in Dr. Darling's office.
I've looked through the docs we found in Dimensional Research. That slide projector is extremely powerful. You were right to shut it down.
Well, I've got a bureau to run. See you soon.
Yes, ma'am, Director Faden.
Please, Emily. Not even as a joke.
There's no way this happened by accident.
When do you think Marshall's coming back? It's not like her to be absent during a crisis.
Yeah, bad news against
I'll
Marshall
be
there,
here
buddy.
waiting for you when you wake up, brother. If
Did you notice this?
you wake up.
On the dorm fridge? Read it.
Another year
It's very cute. It's for Chewie.
They think it's Vince's birthday.
Yeah. Well, they know he's turning 18 this year. Based on our best guess.
20% off. Beat it.
Isn't that cute though? Yeah. Someone's another year cuter. You're strutting into 18 like the coolest cat around. If only you could still strut.
Yeah, he's all stiff.
But he is the coolest cat.
Mm-hmm.
Still is, even if he's not strutting.
I'm doing to get some potassium supplements anyway, and just like try them at a low dose. What you looking for?
I don't know. I'm just kind of wandering around at this point.
Ah.
Also, I'm friggin' hungry.
Did you not eat before?
No, I didn't.
Oops.
Oops. Well, since I didn't have anything else lined up and everything else to do here is just kind of whatever.
Hmm.
I'm tempted to just call it a night early and eat something.
Now you get to get a snack break and pop back on with an incredibly stupid one-off.
Yeah, maybe. Hello, Harry.
Just something unusually silly.
Or I could save one-offs for another time. I could try and get the N64 controller thing set up. Daniel got me an N64 controller adapter, so I can more easily play. So I can more easily emulate N64 games. Not that getting them to run was the problem. Playing them with a controller like this is the problem. Because while it's, it's not like there's a shortage of buttons to map things to. They just...
It's all wrong.
It is all wrong. They don't map logically.
And so many 64 games mapped, like, shoot to the trigger because that made sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels weird in other places.
It does feel weird other places.
Like, heck, even the GameCube Ocarina of Time disc feels weird as all heck because they've got Z on Z, but Z's that little purple shoulder button now. I was like, well, this feels wrong.
Yeah, Z should really be L in that case.
And like ours like that linear press thingy on a cube. That's not how the shield button was supposed to work.
Yeah.
Just the immediate poop for the shield was much more functional on the 64.
Yeah. Although really actually I think on the Ocarina of Time Master Quest disc for the GameCube, they had L instead of Z, and instead of the C buttons it was X, Y, Z.
They could use the C stick. Fine.
Yeah. Translating buttons into directional presses is weird. Now for the Ocarina, making that a C stick thing, that makes sense, and they may have done that. They may have recoded it to make the Ocarina button presses separate from the item usage thing.
This kind of screw up the UI a little bit, though.
Yeah.
Using the C buttons meant you had these yellow triangles in the upper right of the UI. Which was just thematically... Yeah, the flavor was just very on point. But for, like, the friggin' Cube remasters, it's just like, that doesn't... It's functional, but the flavor's not right. It's like they weren't able to get a hold of all the right spices.
Alright, well. Let's go find someone to raid. Ooh, earned uncommon achievement 18 minutes ago. And it's hidden because it's like a spoiler.
Oh. I wonder what it was.
It was finishing the Alan Wake.
Uncommon achievement. Something about a rake.
Let's go raid Heaven Shy. Been a while since we've raided them. They're playing the Rub Rabbits, which is the sequel to Field of Magic XYXX. Well, that looks a little questionable, but I think it's just yoga. Okay, no, it's just
Yoga in heels. That sounds difficult. It's definitely a yoga mat, though.
Yep. So, thanks again for watching. Hope to see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Good night.